People want a transformation. They don't want more information. Okay. Somebody can tweet that and quote me. People want a transformation. They don't want more information. Well, hey there, friends. Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode number 540, where I want to chat about what are people actually going to pay you for online? And it's not usually what you think. Okay. That's what we're going to talk about today. What is it that people actually pay for online? And by the way, this is a podcast that doesn't really apply to you if you have like a product. This is more for people who are selling coaching, consulting, membership groups, courses, digital products, ebooks, etc. If you're selling like t-shirts, this may not be exactly something that lands, but you can still learn something from it. Okay. You can still learn something from it because I want to talk about just the psychology of sales is, I think, so often something that people misunderstand. Okay. Literally this morning, I was talking to someone who does Voxer coaching with me. And so I offer private Voxer coaching. And it's a monthly fee where you have access to myself, my director of operations, and my director of sales and marketing. And you are able to be coached via Voxer, which is an app from us the entire month long. We don't coach on the weekends, but otherwise it's like one-on-one coaching, the only one-on-one I'm doing right now. And if you're ever interested in that, by the way, just send me a DM on Instagram. I can give you a link. You can see all about it. If you're here on YouTube, ask me about it. I'll send you a link. Okay. So anyway, so I am doing Voxer coaching with Renelle this morning, and we were talking about just the psychology of some pricing things. So for example, she sells door inserts, or truck inserts with her door hanger company. Okay. And she has things priced at $82. And I was telling her, when it comes to like the psychology of sales, people will see no difference in their brain between $82 and $89. Okay. And so I was encouraging her to bump from 82 to 89 because that's a difference of $7 for her. But it's not going to cut back on her sales, because the psychology when it comes to sales is this: people just literally usually see the first number. They hear the 8 on 82. So whether it's 82, 85, 89, they don't care because they just hear the 8. And in terms of sales psychology, they know that it's under $100 because there is some like psychological hurdles that somebody has to go through if something is priced over $100. And so I was telling her, like, why wouldn't you just bump up that price from 82 to 89? You're still going to make the same number of sales, but you're going to make more money. You know what I'm saying? So, because she was just at a big craft show and she sold like 80 of these inserts. And I'm like, okay, that's an extra $7 for you every time. That's an extra 560, did I just do my math right? I think I did, dollars for you from that show, which, that's it's a car payment. That's a light bill and a gas bill. So anyhow, there is some psychology to sales. And so when it comes to what people are actually going to pay you for online, I want to talk about that today, because so often I think people think that they're selling one thing and they think that people want one thing. And so they really focus on the one thing, but actually they need to be focusing like more over here. Okay. The first thing I want to talk about is that people do not buy features. They buy the benefits, they buy the results. So I see so often when people are making an offer online, they focus on the fact that they're going to have every Tuesday at noon a conference call for all their clients, or that you're going to get 3 emails from them every month, or you're going to get a workbook sent to you. And so business owners love to like email out all the details. And on the sales page, they love to list out, the call schedule, the modules that are included, the community Facebook group or a group on Circle or whatever. But those are not the things that people hand over the credit card for. They're going to sign up for your coaching, your consulting, your course, your membership group, buy your ebook, etc., because they think that the thing that you're offering is finally going to solve the problem that they have. They could care less what the call schedule is, what the modules are, what the community group, people don't care about that. That is not what sells anything. Those are just features. Those are just the bells and whistles. What you really need to be focusing on is like the results. You need to be really focusing on the benefits of them signing up for something. Okay. So whether it's you're selling a weight loss program or, financial counseling, marriage counseling, decluttering, decorating, whatever, people want a transformation. They don't want more information. Okay. Somebody can tweet that and quote me. People want a transformation. They don't want more information. And so the um constant like I think thing people think they need to do is just offer more details, more bells and whistles, more bonuses, more all the things. That is not what people will buy for, though. They're going to buy because they really believe that the thing that you're offering is finally going to meet a need that they have or solve a problem they have. Period. The end. Okay. Second thing I want you to know. So that's people don't buy features, they buy the benefits. Second thing is that sales are really driven by pain points, urgency, identity, etc. In terms of a pain point, like people get to where they're so tired of struggling with that last 10 pounds that they have to lose, that they're finally willing to take like a weight loss program, or they get sick of struggling with, they just can't get past a certain point in their marriage or their mindset or whatever. And so they're so tired of being sick and tired of a certain situation that that's when they will finally buy. Or there's a sense of urgency, meaning I can't keep living like this. I can't keep going around the same mountain again and again. Or they see urgency on your end, meaning this is the only time this year I'm going to offer this. I was just watching was it my friend Edie that had a life coaching thing? It might have been. And this is like the only time she's offering something this year. And I just thought, that's so smart of her, because when people know that it's things are only available for a certain amount of time, when there's some urgency with it, that's when people will sign up. The other thing that I think we don't talk about often enough is when it comes to like what drives sales, a lot of times people will they'll make a purchase based on the fact that they want to be or act or feel different. Okay. It's all about like identity. I want to be the kind of woman who no longer gets, stuck going around this mountain time after time after time. I want to have the kind of marriage where we don't have really volatile arguments, or we're a great example for our children. Like those things matter to people. And so when it comes to like writing your sales copy, writing your sales page, describing what it is that you offer in your program, your group, your whatever, like you've got to address pain points. You've got to have some urgency, and you've also got to speak to identity if that's something that's really important to people. So that's point number 2. Okay. Point number 3, when you're thinking about like what drives sales, all right, you need to solve a problem that people have right now. Not a problem that they're going to have in the future, not a problem that they probably have in the past, but like, how are those things affecting them today? What's happening right now? What is the thing that's keeping your potential, ideal person up at 2 a.m. in the morning? If it sounds like you're offering them like a someday solution, like, solving a problem they're going to have down the road, they don't care. They're going to shelf it. They're not even going to remotely sign up for it. I can remember when Noah Allwood was a senior. And I had a friend who was literally a bridesmaid for my wedding. And her husband offered coaching to seniors to help them get scholarships for college. And I can remember, it's the beginning of Noah's senior year and me really wanting to like him to do this coaching with them. And they help kids get scholarships. But, especially when you are a brand new senior, the end of the senior year sounds so far away. College a year from now sounds so far away. And so it was like a someday solution for Noah, right? And so it wasn't even something then that he was interested in, because it just seemed like it was down the road. And so you've got to think of like, what problem can you solve now versus like a year from now versus a solution they're going to need someday. Okay. You could like ask yourself, what does my audience need to like feel immediately before they're going to like sign up for my thing? Like, are they frustrated? Are they embarrassed? Are they desperate? Are they hopeful? Like, if you can speak to that, to what they currently feel now, and if you have a solution to that now, that's when people actually buy things online. I wanted to tell you guys also that People purchase a pathway. They purchase a methodology. They purchase a 1, 2, 3. They purchase a hold my hand, I'll walk you through it. People sign up for that. They don't sign up and buy for like theory or just ideas. And I want to give you an example of this, okay? And this is like a vulnerable example of where I really did this wrong in the past and where we've gotten just so much better at it. And by the way, my body language, if you're watching on YouTube, I just crossed my arms because it's stinking cold in Kansas City because we have tornado warnings and things all night last night, all day again today. It's supposed to rain all day. It was almost 90 degrees the other day, and now we're supposed to get down to like 39 degrees tomorrow night. It's cold. And Mr. Allwood is still got the air conditioner on, which I am not happy about, so I'm frozen. But here's my story. Okay. Years ago, some of you might have even taken a program that I offered that did, brilliant. It did wildly well. It was called Creators Roadmap. And, we had several launches of that thing that were, we never hit $1 million on a launch, but we hit close. We hit, well over $500,000 on several launches of the Creators Roadmap. So in the Creators Roadmap, what I did was I taught people 8 different ways of the money that, or of 8 different ways that they could make money in the online space. And the first couple times that I offered that program, I made a really big mistake. And we learned from that quickly. I sold a course where I told people what it was that they should do, but I didn't show them how they should do it. I assumed that they could figure out on their own or something along those lines. And I got some feedback from a couple people, which at the time was hard to hear, but it was good. It was actually really beneficial to us. That the program was really like eye-opening. I showed them what was possible, but I didn't teach them the actual steps to do that. And that was like one of the first times I realized, okay, people just don't want like ideas and concepts. They need meat and potatoes. They need a quick win. They need the actual 1, 2, 3. They need something that they can take action on today, not just theory, but something meaty that they can like hold on to. And I think that that's true now more than ever. So we redid that program, by the way, and I actually had videos on how to, get affiliate income on your blog. I actually had videos on how you can do affiliate links. I actually had videos on how you could set up a course, etc. Okay, so it wasn't just like, here's some ideas, here's what you need to do for 8 ways to make money online. It was, this is how you actually do it. So I think that now more than ever, friends, this is really, really important on whatever it is that you're offering in 2025 to sell, whether it's a coaching package, a consulting package, if it is, a membership group, a course, an ebook, or whatever. In this economy, people are just more protective of their time and of their money. They don't want to waste time with theory. They want it like they want to know that they're going to figure out how to do 1, 2, 3. Then they're going to sign up. They want to know that if they give you a credit card, they're going to walk away with something tangible. Do this, do this, do this. I'll show you how to do this, do this, do this. Okay. And so when we're in the type of economy that we're in right now, I just think it's more important than ever because people are protective of their time and their finances. So you have to give them something meaty to walk away with, a tangible takeaway. This was a turning point in how I built all of my offers going forward. It's not enough to be inspiring. You have to provide something that's useful, that's concrete. There are times people come into my coaching and they're like, I just want to encourage. And I'm like, okay, that's not enough. People are not going to pay for just encouragement. Now, you can encourage them in certain areas. You can encourage women who are launching children and becoming empty nesters. Like you can encourage them on how to deal with that. But would be even better is if you have, this is what you need to do to prepare these 10 things. This is what you need to do immediately after you've launched the children, these 5 things. This is a resource for you. This, like as concrete as you can get it, that is going to be so much more valuable to people and they're going to be much more likely to actually sign up for it. Okay. Listen, when you align the right, like pain points, emotional triggers, etc., with your audience, selling just gets way easier. In fact, it doesn't even feel like selling when you're like, hey, I know some of you may have this problem. I have this solution that I think will be helpful for you. When you can solve a very specific problem for a very specific group of people in a very specific way, sales are so much easier. Then you're not feeling like you're even having to sell people. You're not feeling like you're having to convince them. It just comes about really organically. And at the end of the day, if anybody on the other side of your podcast or of your emails or of your social media post feels like this is the exact thing that I need, this is the exact thing that I've been looking for. This person knows exactly what I'm thinking. This is it. Like that's when people give you a credit card. Okay. So please don't overcomplicate things. You don't need 47 bonuses. You don't need a whole lot of bells and whistles. You just need, they say wiggles, wiggles. You just need to really speak clearly to somebody's pain point. They need to feel seen and heard. And I want you to think about this. How many of you feel like you either experience this or you know people who do? That in a world where we are more over-connected than we ever have been before with social media, people are lonelier than ever before. And so if you can get somebody to think that you understand their pain point and you understand exactly what it is that they're struggling with, and you have the answer to that struggle, sales become so much easier. They just do. Give them something tangible to move forward with, and you won't have to even feel like you're selling at all. So I hope that that was really helpful today. Just for you to understand that, you've got to keep things super duper simple, and people are actually paying not for, your 6-week curriculum, your bonus workbook. I mean, all the bonuses and things, they're nice. We believe in bonuses. We offer bonuses. But people actually want an answer to their issue. They actually want a result. They want to know that you understand where they're currently at and you can walk them through where they're currently at to get to where they want to be. So you do that, it's going to sell itself. I promise you, friends. So I hope that this was helpful today. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Per the usual, you guys are amazing. I love you. I hope that this was beneficial, and I'll see you on the next episode. Cheers. Easton, did I just throw up the peace and chicken grease sign and say cheers? Like it's like 1992. I think I did. How are you, son? How's life?